What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Vaslap. It's Monday, which means it is more Monaco Youth Challenge on FM24. It's been a bit of an interesting one off camera. I feel like the team is really, really strong, but I just don't feel like it's really there yet. And January proved to be quite an interesting month for us in terms of transfers and results, but we'll get all to that in a moment. Make sure you hit subscribe, get notified, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, haters, whoever you like, to join us right here on the Vaslap. Without further ado, let's run the intro. Right, ladies and gents, we're back in the game. As you can see by the results on my right-hand side, just above my head, you can see we've been on a pretty good form. We're going to get to that first. Let's have a quick look at how we did over the past couple of weeks. Of course, it's played a lot of football since the last time we were around. I think we came up to the Montpellier game, or even I think it was up to PSG. Anyway, that's what we did. We did go through most of them. I think we did Lyon. But anyway, we beat Toulouse 5-4 as well, which was a great result from us. We then landed up beating Nice in the Coupe de France 9th round 2-1. We did lose to Stade Reims. Unfortunately, we had a bit of a... I want to say it was like a rotated squad, but it really wasn't. It just didn't seem like we wanted to play football that day. And we lost. Our keeper did get injured as well, which I suppose isn't a great idea. Result. But then in the Coupe de France, we did land up beating Nantes 3-2. We went back to victory ways in Ligue 1, beating Marseille 3-1. We then also beat Harvey AC 2-1. And then most recently beating PSG in the 11th round of the Coupe de France, getting into the quarterfinals. That's how many rounds this French Cup has. It has a ridiculous... I mean, just look at this. You just look at the tree. It only gives you to... I mean, sorry, if you go back, yeah. 5th round, 6th round, 7th round, 8th round, 9th round. There's 11, 12, 30, 14 rounds to get in. And for that, we have drawn in Strasbourg for that match. I'm not going to focus too much on the Coupe de France because, of course, that's not really part of the challenge. The challenge is to win Ligue 1. So we are going to focus more on Ligue 1. And with that being said, today's games... We are going to have a nice game coming up, an away day at Nice. We're also then going to take on Lens and PSG in this game. So we've got 3 games. We're going to skip the Toulouse and Strasbourg game for this show, just for this. But those are the 3 games we are going to show: Nice, Lens, and PSG today. With that being said, though, there is some transfer news that happened during the January transfer. And yeah, it was quite an interesting one in terms of players going out rather than players coming in. So we just sort that by date. You can see they're going out. We did sell a few players in the likes of Alan Esser. He left the club for £180,000. Third choice left back at the moment. Didn't look like he was going to become anything better than what he currently was. So we had to let him go. The Carpentry also had to go. Or Valentin had to go as well. Never going to really get any better than what he was. Eden Diop, he's gone on loan, I think it was, to Porto with a future fee that we are going to get. So I didn't think I feel like the positions that he plays in, we were so overly stacked. And also he got called up to the Senegal under-20 squad. Under-21 squad, so I feel like he might go to Senegal instead of France. And then probably the biggest sell is Magassa leaving for Manchester United. That's right, £4 million for this player, who I think is actually average. I don't think he's that good. He's listed as a breakthrough prospect at Man United. And to be honest, if you look at United's squad, maybe they could have used him a little bit better or used him a little bit more. They've got Casemiro and Maino playing there as well as McTominay. But if you look at their defense, I mean, we know United. We know how possibly they could be just maybe looking for extra. He's not even in their first team. They've put him into the reserves. Weird. Anyway, that's what they've gone with. I'll take the money. I'll take the money. In terms of transfers coming in, though, we did sign one player, and that is a striker on loan. George over here looks like a fantastic striker. And I'm trying to keep him. I want to try and keep him, so I'm hoping by next season we have that big transfer value. He's played one game, scored one game in the Coupe de France, played one game in Ligue 1. Didn't have the greatest game in Ligue 1, but he is our starting striker ahead of Belgari, who actually, you know what, Belgari has performed. 5 appearances, 4 goals in Ligue 1 is not something to talk home about. I mean, he has been right. Logbo has been absolutely fantastic as a striker. You're probably wondering what happened to Juju. Well, he is currently injured, but Juju is actually going to transition to being our new right winger for the rest of the season because Akaluchi turns 22 in just 15 days' time. So he won't be able to play in 15 days' time. He'll play, I think he'll get the 2 games. I think he'll get Nice and Toulouse and Lens. He'll get Lens as well. And then he's done. So we won't have him for PSG or Strasbourg. So yeah, he gets 3 games. At least you'll see him for one last time before we have to try and sell him off. Another player we are looking at trying to sell off is Bakali, 21 years old. He turns 22 in March. Probably won't play until then. He's not that good, unfortunately. We have better players in those positions. And then another player who is 21 is Tio Belade. Torino Belade, but he only turns 22 in June, so we have him till the end of the season where we can then look to replace our right back because we don't really have a good right back backup. It's only Platret that is really decent enough, but I don't rate him that highly. So yeah, this is the team that's going to start, by the way. We're going to go straight into the game. Let's go straight into the game against Nice. We're currently second place in Ligue 1. Actually, let's go for that. 10 points behind PSG. So in terms of the league, maybe might be a little bit alright. I don't see PSG dropping points anywhere unless we can beat them and they go like a downward spiral, maybe. But my big problem at the moment is this. Financially, they've reduced my wage budget now. We are spending over £100,000 on the wage at the moment. I can't change the transfer budget. We have 204,000. I can potentially add more, so it's still not going to be enough to cover anything there. And also, we are hemorrhaging money. We're losing almost £1 million a month. So I need to try and figure out how we can do that. The best way to do that is to sell off players. But also, with that being said, we can only sell off players at certain. They value what they're currently at. I mean, unless we've got a massive wonder kid in the squad, I don't see us selling Akaluchi, that's for example, who is potentially a huge cash cow for us, but he's only valued at 7.8. We need to get him at least 30 million before we sell him. So, and unfortunately, he's not going to get more than that. Maybe the likes of Duarte next season when he has to go, we can sell him off. Well, the season after, actually, because his birthday's in August. We can sign him off for like 60, 70 million. That might be an option. Another big option is Decore. We can get maybe about 30 million for him from next season. So next season, there is options that we can sell big. Traore is one we can also sell big as well, despite not playing a lot of football. We got a lot of 20-year-olds in the team from next season, which will be 21, which will then mean we'll have to try and find a way to rebuild again. Ideally, if PSG do mess up, we can win the season and then at the end of the challenge. Done. Dusted in one season, which I think will be remarkable, but I don't see it happening. But anyway, this is the team. Zhao in goals. Blade on the right with Kotara on the left. Decore and Traore will be the centre-mids. Traore's been a bit unhappy, so I'm giving him a run over Mawisa, who has been playing well, but I'm giving Traore like 2 or 3 games just to play well. Duath coming in the attacking midfielder. Fayed dropping this game. I'm going to bring Bondo. He's also been a bit unhappy, so I'm going to make him a promise. I said he'll start more games, so we'll give him a little bit more of a run. Akaluchi playing in his last one of his last games with Dong on the left. And then we're going to go with Logbo and George up front. Of course, George coming on loan, and he does have a target that he does need to score 9 league goals this season. He scored 1 so far, so maybe we can help George reach his goal. We do have Bagleri on the bench, who I do rate a heck of a lot. But yeah, I think George is the way we're going to start today. Let's get into the game, taking on Nice, at Nice. What's their stadium name? I can't remember. I did look it up earlier and I forgot. I'm getting old, guys. I forget things. It happens. I'm sorry. It's the Allianz Riviera. There we go. We go to the Allianz Riviera in Francais, taking on Nice. It's Monaco. Let's jump to the game. Here at the Allianz Riviera. And you know what? We haven't had the best of away form in Ligue 1, actually. So I'm a little bit interested to see how the team will do away from home after the transfer market, of course. Nice is a good squad. They are going a little bit more defensive than I thought they would. But we have the free kick here. First opportunity. And that was a good header. Good save. Dong with the replay. Gurna again. It's not, I was supposed to say Guda. I don't know why. Gurna took a second opportunity. They've got the breakaway now. Borga. Rosario. Great player. Thuram. And that's a great counter-attack from Nice. Good goal. Good goal. As I was saying, we have been struggling a little bit away from home. I was thinking of maybe going a little bit more of a defensive tactic. Something I want to try maybe against PSG, maybe more counter-attacking, but that's not my way. I don't play like that. I don't like changing tactics. I don't do that. I find a tactic that works, and I stick to it. That's basically what I do. But maybe I need to reevaluate things in this one. You know, we have a very young squad. We have a very inexperienced squad. So maybe we do need to look at, you know, developing other tactics. And that was what were you doing, Traore? Come on! Jeez, man, that was pathetic. Why would you even do that? It was Bondo. Sorry, Traore, I shouted at you for no reason. Bondo, I brought you in because you were complaining about lack of game time, and you go do that. You better score, yeah. Yes. That annoyed me so much. We gifted them that goal. This was opportunity to close down on PSG. I don't know what's wrong with him. They just give the ball away again. They just keep giving the ball away. Why do we play like this away from home? Why are we like this? I don't know. We're like a different team when we're away from home. It's almost like they just morph. When they put on this black kit, they just morph into something silly like that and give away penalties like that. It's going to be 3-0 before the end of the half. Been absolutely pathetic. Well, he's ballooned it. Well, that's good. We got the rebound, hit the counter-attack, and then Dong just gives the ball away. He's like, yeah, guys, I don't feel like running. Let me just pass it to them. And I mean, we've had good possession. We've had a number of shots. It's just pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I feel like I want to throw a water bottle, but I'm not going to. I'm also going to demand more from the team. It's been one of those games. Just can't get out of the starting block, really. Here comes Nice again. Maripan, Rosario, Thuram. They score their first goal. Budai. It's offside. Do we change tactic? Do we push forward? Kotaro looking very tired out there. I'm actually going to take him off. He's looking super tired. Here's what I'm going to do. Kotaro is definitely going to come off. He's recovering from a rock. De Lima will come in there. he has been performing a little bit better as a left back. You can see he's got 2 gold stars now. He used to be only 1 silver. He's getting there. He's competent. He's competent in that position. So that's good. Do we go maybe a different tactic? Do we go something like a bit more central like that to get balls forward? You know what? I'm going to try this. I'm going to go with this. A little bit more central, a little bit more. Bondo will come in there. Akilichi and Dong. I'm going to give this like 10 minutes in this with this team. Let's see how they do, and then we'll look at swaps maybe. I'm going to try that. I'm going with a different tactic now. I've decided we're changing tactics up just to see how it goes. I mean, we're losing 2-0. What do we have to change? And Logbo goes and gets injured. That's not the injury I wanted. Not what I wanted, but we'll have to do that. I know George isn't really good on his right foot, but neither is Baglieri, and our Chinase is not great at all, so there's that. Here comes De Lima. Cuts inside in. What a touch. Baglieri. I think that's a goal. I don't think that was offside. I think that's going to count. Pulled one back. We have not pulled one back. I thought that was in. I did not think that was offside. Well, there's the question to say that did George touch the ball there? Because George was in offside position, but Baglieri was not. So I don't know if you can call that offside. Maybe he's interfering with play. Maybe he's not. We are going to bring on some swaps. Akilichi can come off we'll bring on Ben. And then Bondo not having the best of game, bring on Fayed. I think we'll go with something like that. It's a very weird tactic, isn't it? Sort of a 4-2-2-2 with a DM and roaming playmaker instead. Something I cooked up. Well, I can't claim I cooked up. I did watch the Park to Prem series from Work the Space, and it's basically his tactic. So there's that. I didn't press play. So that's why we're using it. And it did quite well for him in the Premier League. So I thought, let me give it a shot. Let me try it. You never know. You never know how good it becomes. Here comes Boga. I mean, it's a tactic that has put the ball in the back of the net, albeit offside, but we have managed to score with it. So there's that. Then it does allow the likes of Akilichi, Juju's coming in and playing as a striker rather than as a winger. So there's also that. But I don't really know if it's working for us because it's end of the game and we've lost 2-0. Possibly 3-0 now. We just haven't played well. Thuram. Shoots it wide. What I might do is maybe experiment with this tactic in the next game, which is off camera, of course. The next one is against Toulouse. But we did lose to Nice 2-0. Not the best of results. I hate that. I hate that we've lost. It's just maybe this sort of tactic will become our away tactic. I'll give it a try. Seems to sort of neutralize their attacking abilities. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's a bummer. All right, we'll come back in a week's time. Taking on 2 weeks' time. Taking on Lens away. Ladies and gents, we're back. It's 2 weeks, and we beat Toulouse 4-0. Gonna have a quick look. It was actually a very, very good, solid performance from us. I decided to stick to the same tactic that we've been using. I felt like it's been working. We've been scoring a lot of goals using this tactic. We haven't conceded that many. Well, we have conceded a lot using this tactic, but the away games that we did lose was to Stade Rennes, which was a weird one, in my opinion, because, I mean, they're not doing well in the league. I just want to click on the league. So you can see they're sort of like 12th. Toulouse were at the bottom there. And then the other game we lost away was Nice, which was they're quite high up. So maybe not panic stations yet to change our whole entire tactic. I don't want to go back to that 4-2-3-1 that I had the 3 matches lost in a row. But with that being said, we are sticking to the 4-2-4 wide. And we are taking on Lens. They are away. Toulouse was at home, so maybe that's something we need to look at. But I'm going to stick with this. I feel like we should be beating Lens. They are sitting in 8th, 9th place. We are quite a large margin in 2nd place ahead, which is good. We are still trying to catch up to PSG. In terms of just fitness, Logbo is still injured. George did pick up a slight knock before the game against Toulouse, but he is back for this one. I am, though, going to start Juju up front. He did score 2 goals for us, along with Dong in the other game. So we're going to stick with those guys. We're actually going to stick with the same team that beat Toulouse 4-1. Zhao in goals, Balade, Decore, Mawisa, and Quattaro at the defense. Duath and Fayed are going to continue the sentiment. I don't trust Bondo at all. Akuluchi, his last game before he turns 22. So from next game, we might have to just change some things around there, see what we can do. Probably Juju will come onto the wing, and then we'll play George up front. And then Dong on the left-hand side with Juju and Bulgari up front. Let's go. Let's go. Take on Lens. We are going to which stadium when it loads? The Stade Bollaert de l'Aie. That's where we're going. I probably butchered that name. 3 ways to Sunday. Doesn't matter. Let's get into the game. Getting into the game, they're going for like a very defensive 5-2-2-1 formation. They did beat us earlier in the season. It was during that dismal spell that we had in the beginning of the season. This one should be a little bit more competitive, in my opinion, or at least I'm hoping. Coming off a 4-1 victory over Toulouse, we need to keep that momentum going. Akuluchi balloons it over the top. He was offside, though, so it's not going to count either way. And right off the bat, we've picked up an injury in the 13th minute. Unlucky. See what I did there? Marvin De Lima will come in at left back. He has been very good in that position. He's trained in that position. He can do the job in the left back position. We have retrained him to fit in that role much better recently. So I'm quite happy with it's a decent replacement in terms of just maybe attacking ability. Defensively, question marks over him, but it's fine. Balade picks up the interception. Akuluchi back to Balade. Those two have such a good understanding. And then Balade gives it away to Wahi. Wahi, their star player. A great save from Zhao. Get in there, Zhao. I wouldn't lie. I was worried. I was worried there a little bit. Juju will take the clearance. Abdul Samid will win the recovery. This is the end of the highlight, which is good, which is great. They have another corner. They're piling on the pressure. This time they score. Salusi with a great header, scoring his first goal of the season. Of course, his first ever goal for Lens. Of course. Who was there on the back post? Who was defending him? Balade. Not the best in aerial ability. It's understandable. Kickoff highlights. Is this going to be an immediate response? Decore looking for options. Goes back to Gurna. Balade. Akuluchi. Back to Decore. Balade. Back to Akuluchi. Some good passing here. We're pressing a little bit. Nice. Gurna. Beautiful ball in for Baglieri. Takes a long-range effort. That was close. That was close. We need a goal. We need a goal. This away form is really concerning. I'm not going to lie. Dunzo. It's a good ball to Wahi. Said. Frankowoski. They almost got another goal there. Oh, I can't. Come on, boys. We need to be... Why do we play like this away from home? Why? Why are we not getting in the game? Only 4 shots or 5 shots now. None on target. And they've got another corner this time. Franwanski to the back post yet again. This time goes over the top. We've been poor. We've been poor. Absolutely pathetic. You've been terrible. Sort yourselves out. I'm even going to demand more from them as well. I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't make a thing. That's why they're taking it out. But got to try everything we can. A good attempt from Fayed from the free kick. Good save from the keeper. Gets us the corner. Can we do something from the corner? Akuluchi playing in his last ever game for Monaco. Mawisa. Bulgari. Baglieri just hits it over the top. Just not getting anything out of this game. Akuluchi's having a dismal game out there. So is Juju, by the way. We're going to make some swaps. I am going to take off Akuluchi. Actually, you know what? I am going to take Akuluchi, and I'm going to bring on George. And then I'm going to push Juju to the right. Juju needs to play better. Let's try that. Delima not having a best of game either. Coming on as a sub. Wasn't 100% match fit, though, Delima. Maybe that's playing a factor. We've only had one shot on target this entire game. I'm going to switch tactics, guys. I'm going to go for the 4-2-2-2. Could even go for maybe even a more attacking thing. Maybe go for 3 strikers. Is this wise? The problem is this kind of takes out Juju completely. This sort of tactic, because Juju cannot play as an attacking midfielder, advanced playmaker. Big Larry in that position. He's just as bad. And George is just as bad. You know what? I'm going to go with Juju. I'm going to try Juju in that position. Big Larry and them switch around. Going to give them opportunities. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going for it. Maybe stupid, maybe not. Going a little bit more central. Trying to break down that midfield of Lance. Pereira da Costa picks up. Oh. It's a goal. It's a goal. Was that stupid on my side to switch tactics? I shouldn't have switched. I don't think I should have switched. Everybody's unhappy now. We've lost another game. Away from home. Yet again. We've got PSG coming up. First Strasbourg in the Coupe de France. And then PSG. Dong. George. What are you doing, Georgie? What are you doing? Got to hit the target, man. I had such high hopes for George, and then he produces stuff like that. I think I'm not going to use this tactic anymore. Surely Pereira's offside there. Yeah, there we go. Ah, another loss. Another loss, and we got PSG next on the video. We were simply outplayed there. We were simply outplayed. How long is Kotara out for? That's the big question. 6 weeks! Oh, that hurts. Right, I've put back that disappointment against Lens. We are 16 points behind PSG. We take on PSG. I've kind of written off the season. I don't think we're going to be competitive in the season at all. Going forward, I think this season we can write off. But some nice news is we did beat Strasbourg to go to the semi-finals of the Coupe de France, where we are taking on Toulouse, which is nice. So yeah, let's take on PSG. Of course, no Akuluchi. He is obviously gone. He is not available. He is 22 years old, so he is out of the team. And Juju, who did score 2 goals against Strasbourg in the Coupe de France in that position, is going to start. I was hoping Lugbo would be fit enough to come into that right-hand side. So George, very weak on his right foot, so I'm not going to play him. I'm going to go with Sumano up front. I know he hasn't played fantastically since we've signed him. But he's had 6 appearances, 0 goals, 0 assists in the league. So I'm hoping this could be maybe a trigger for him against PSG to push up. And then just one other little tweak is Gunnar Duath. I'm playing him as a Mazzala. He's moved a little bit more into that attacking role. It's helped a little bit. Yeah, he's out of contract. I forgot that. So maybe that can help. I do have Jean Tinkeres, who I'm going to put on the bench because Logbo is not 100% fit. I'd rather have someone who's 100% fit. Jean, also maybe not great. 4 subs, hasn't scored a goal. He is an option in Sumano. It doesn't play well. George on the left would help. In other news, Kotara is still actually injured. And this is possibly the last time you'll see Bakali in the first team, because his contract expires end of the month, end of the year, and he's turning 22 in just 27 days. So you won't see him in a video again. And then, of course, Balade, we need to still replace. I have been scouting right backs for next season, but that will all come later on, maybe 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time when we do transfer specials. Don't know how the schedule looks yet. But anyway, let's get to the PSG game. It's a huge game. It's a massive game for us. We need to win this game. Just for confidence boost. Like I said, I don't think we're going to catch PSG being 16 points behind them, but I do want to finish second. I want to get into the Champions League. It'll help financially for our team a lot. So this is a crucial, crucial game for us. We need to get into it. Let's jump into it. It is a huge, huge game for us. And kickoff is underway. In the first minute, we have the ball from the goalkeeper down the wing with Delima, who played very well against Strasbourg. And then, as I say, that gives the ball away and puts Mbappe through for an opportunity. Kylian Mbappe, it's going to be a goal. It's going to be a goal. Kylian Mbappe. Maybe we could sign him, hey? That would have been sorted out our problems. Maybe he does go to Real Madrid in this universe. Maybe he does leave PSG at the end of the season. Let's hope. Let's hope he leaves PSG. Just need PSG to get weaker. That's the goal for next season, to just try and get them weaker. There is 2 players in their squad that I kind of want to sign. 2 very good French players that I do want to sign. One of them is Emre. We all know that I want to sign him for that midfield position. I think him and Fayed and Gruno would be fantastic. Marquinhos with the second goal for PSG. It's going to be one of those games. We're going to have 3 defeats in the video feed today. I just realized that. This is going to be one of the most depressing episodes you're ever going to see in your lives. I was toying with the idea of changing the tactic, going a little bit more defensive against PSG, but I don't play like that, so I'm not going to do that. So, yeah. Juju played well on the right-hand side last game. He gives the ball away to Hakimi. Sensio picks up Kolomuani. Mbappe, that's 3. Oh, can't bear to watch this anymore. Can't bear to watch this anymore. The things I do for you people, even though that was disallowed, I don't think that's going to be the end of this. Of course, just going to plug my own channel. If you guys do like FM Manager stuff, don't forget, Saturdays, we stream the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge, where I'm taking Arcadia Shepherds all the way to the top of the PSL. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Last week's Saturday was a lot of fun. Came towards the end of the season. A lot of drama. You got to go catch that. Halftime here, though. It is 2-0 to PSG. And, yeah, I'm sorry, the other player that I was looking at signing, not Colomone. So obviously Zaire Emery is definitely my top choice. I think if I had to sign somebody, he would definitely be in the team. I think he's really, really good. I always thought Charles Henrique was French. I was completely wrong. Just to show you, because we've got time now. I mean, I'm going to quickly just jump into it. PSG. There's a player. I don't think he's in the first team. Frenchman. Is he in the first team? Do I see him? No, I don't. Also, I think he might actually be too old for me. Just realized. No. It was a striker. Am I missing something here? Can't be in the under-19s. Hectic, he is in the under-19s. He's actually a lot younger than I thought he was. I honestly thought he was like 18, 19. Turns out he's 16. It is Sangare, who I know I haven't scouted him yet, but I know in FM Manager he becomes a very, very good player. So maybe I should get him. Let's scout him. Let's see him. See how he's developed this season. But anyway, that was the other player, Sangare. I thought he was a little bit older. I thought he was like 17, 18. So shocked that he's 16. But yeah, we're losing. We're losing 2-0. Sort out yourselves, guys. No time for this nonsense. Demand more. Can we grab another goal back? And then we're sort of back in the game. If we can score a goal, we could be potentially back in this game with a shout. Mawisa, Bayid, Dong, De Lima. Good ball to Bulgari. Dong picks up Durna. We're back in it. We're back in it. That is onside. Come on, that has to be onside. I think I saw the flag raise, though. Yeah. Yep. Offside. Oh, I got excited too quickly there. Yeah, he was quite offside, actually. Although he wasn't the one offside. Oh. Does that interfere in play? I don't think so. I think that might have been our golden opportunity to get back in this game. Marquinhos goes all the way back to Donnarumma, back to Hernandez, Mbappe, Fabian, Marquinhos. I don't know why I said his name like that. Hakimi, Asensio. This is good play from PSG. Patient play. Mendes, back to Marquinhos. They've got such a good squad. And we're sitting here with under 21 French guys. Ideally, you'd want the whole under 21 French team to play for us, which would be ideal. But obviously, finances don't dictate that we can do that. Also, some of those French players cost like 100k, 100 million. So Asensio with a good strike, including Emre, who's I think he's valued at like 80 million. So I don't think we're going to get a huge transfer budget next season. So possibly won't get him. It depends what we get. Of course, goalkeeper should be the number one option in the transfer market. Zhao is only on loan, and I have spoken to the club. He's got no interest in staying permanently, so there's that. Vitinha with a good goal there. That's 3. And maybe Zhao isn't the best option for us, so I am still on the restless train. I did go into this save thinking goalkeeper would probably be the most difficult position to actually get a good goalkeeper at 21 and younger. The problem is that goalkeepers in this game tend to only peak at around 27, 28, so they peak up late. What's your chance, Sumano? They peak late, which means we don't really get a good opportunity to get a good goalkeeper, so we've got to hope we get like a prodigy or something. Bulgaria not having the best of the game. Georgie come in there. Dong not having the best of the game. Ubare, who we're training on the left flank, come in there. Juju not having a good game. I'm going to try a youngster, Burna, 16 years old. 17 years old. Burna coming in on that right flank. He's the natural replacement for Juju. I was actually going to use him as a permanent replacement. And then we'll bring on Bondo as well. We might as well just bring on players. Give them a run. Mawisa, come off for Traore. Give him a run as well. We've lost this game. I've conceded that. But yeah, trying to give as many players as game time as possible. Develop them in their positions. Bubare learning to be a left winger. I did pause. De Lima, obviously, we're getting him enough game time. The likes of Sumano getting game time. Georgie, kind of want to keep Georgie. Maybe I think he could be a good prospect going forward. Ugarte with his first goal of the season. What a finish. I think that's his first ever PSG goal as well. Yep. A lot of questions need to be answered. Here. We can't be losing 4-0 to PSG. That just shows you how far behind we actually are with this youth challenge. The fact that we're getting just look at their goal difference. 51 goal difference. And we're still like 10 games left in the season, 10, 11 games left in the season. That is ridiculous amount of numbers. That is so high. And I feel like the only way we're going to actually beat PSG is by actually just winning every single game in Ligue 1. And for that, we need a super squad of talented youngsters. And I just don't feel like we have that at the moment. Maybe next season, if we can bring in the right players, sell off the right players, get some money in. Mbappe with a shot. I almost thought that was 5. I wouldn't have questioned it if 5th one went in. I would have been like, yeah, 5th goal. Cool. That's done. So yeah, development is key in this thing, I think. If we can win the Coupe de France, that could be a huge cash bonus for us. Get into the Champions League and actually stay in the Champions League. Georgie with a goal. Nice. Nice. There we go. We pulled one back. Georgie scored one. I like that. I like that. Well done, Georgie. Ubare with a good little cut in there. Picked up Georgie. Good finish. Good finish. Good finish. I'll take that. I'll take a goal. I'll take a goal. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, like I was saying, if we can get Coupe de France and get a decent, because we go to the Champions League thing, draw format. So if we can get some good games, we could potentially progress to the knockout phases, which would help us a lot financially. Because I have showed you the finances. We are not doing well with 30 million in debt. We don't have big money in the wage department. We don't have big money in the transfer department. So I think a rebuild at this point is going to be a very big challenge going forward. But we're going to grind it out. We have 5 seasons to do this challenge. So as long as I stay in charge of Monaco and we keep rebuilding, anything can happen. We lost the game 4-1. I'm digressed completely. I just switched off on that game. I don't think. Far from pleased what I saw. All right, that is it. That is the end of the video. Done and dusted. We lost 3 games in this video. Probably one of the most disappointing, saddest victory videos you've ever seen. In terms of when we're coming back, like I said, I'm not going to show the Coupe de France stuff because it's not really necessary for the challenge. I will mention it in passing. But you know what? We're coming back to the last 2 games of the season. Come to the last 2 games, see how we did. Have a complete 2 games. Maybe even just play 1 game and do a complete season review and maybe a little bit of a transfer special towards the end. We'll see amongst that. But yeah, I think we can write off League One for now. Disappointing end to the video, unfortunately. But thank you so much for staying through for the whole thing and seeing my sadness go basically through the roof. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Show me how much you love the video despite us losing 3 games in the video. Let me know. Tell me in the comments below how much you love Monaco and how we're doing the rebuild. Tell me what you think I should do to try and help the youngsters of Monaco get that Ligue 1 title. Because I'm kind of lost at the moment, especially in our financial position. It's a bit more challenging, to be completely honest with you guys. Anyway, that's a problem for another day. It's your boy, the Vaslap. Hit subscribe, get notified, leave a comment, give me the thumbs up. I'm out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.